Silence is more than the absence of words. It is a powerful instrument of self-mastery, emotional resilience, and personal growth. In a world filled with constant noise, both external and internal, learning to embrace silence can transform the way we navigate life's challenges and relationships. The art of silence is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of self-control, reflection, and intentional action. By choosing silence over impulsive reactions, we create space for clarity, understanding, and thoughtful decision-making. In relationships and social dynamics, silence holds immense psychological power. It can shift dynamics, create intrigue, and encourage introspection in both ourselves and others. When faced with conflict or emotional tension, silence allows us to step back, process our emotions, and avoid escalating situations unnecessarily. It serves as a boundary that communicates strength and self-respect without the need for confrontation. Silence, when used mindfully, sends a message of calm confidence and emotional stability, qualities that are often undervalued yet profoundly impactful. Beyond its external effects, silence is also an opportunity for internal growth. It provides a chance to reflect on our thoughts, emotions, and actions, fostering a deeper understanding of ourselves. In this quiet space, we can evaluate our priorities, identify areas for improvement, and develop a sense of inner peace that remains unshaken by external turmoil. By mastering the power of silence, we cultivate not only emotional resilience, but also the ability to take control of our lives with intention and wisdom. Number 1. The power of silence in Stoicism. Silence is a core principle in Stoicism, valued as a tool for self-mastery, emotional regulation, and thoughtful decision-making. Far from being a passive act, silence is a deliberate choice to create space for reflection, clarity, and inner peace. The Stoics believed that silence enables us to rise above impulsive reactions and external distractions, allowing us to focus on what truly matters, our thoughts, values, and actions. In a noisy and often chaotic world, embracing silence can transform the way we live, think, and engage with others. One of the key tenets of Stoicism is understanding what we can and cannot control. Often we waste energy on arguments, misunderstandings, or futile attempts to influence others. Silence helps us step away from these situations, reminding us to focus on our own responses rather than trying to control external outcomes. By choosing not to react verbally, we gain power over our emotions and avoid being drawn into unnecessary conflict. This ability to pause and reflect is central to Stoic wisdom, as it ensures that our actions are guided by reason rather than by fleeting emotions. Silence also strengthens our ability to listen and observe. In moments of quiet, we can tune into the subtle cues of others, body language, tone, and unspoken emotions that are often missed in the rush to respond. By actively listening instead of speaking, we gain deeper insights into the dynamics of a situation, enabling us to act with greater wisdom and empathy. In relationships, silence can serve as a tool to foster understanding, diffuse tension, and create space for mutual reflection. For the Stoics, silence was also a form of self-discipline. It takes strength to resist the urge to speak, especially when emotions are high. In choosing silence, we practice self-control and demonstrate mastery over our impulses. This discipline not only cultivates inner peace, but also builds respect from others, who come to see us as composed, thoughtful, and in control of our emotions. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, often reflected on the value of silence in his writings, emphasizing that we should speak only when necessary and ensure that our words serve a purpose. Ultimately, silence in Stoicism is about creating space for thought, for growth, and for meaningful action. It is a tool for self-preservation and self-improvement, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. By embracing silence, we align ourselves with Stoic principles, fostering a sense of calm and resilience that empowers us to face life's uncertainties with confidence and wisdom. Number 2. Understanding why silence doesn't affect her. In certain situations, silence may not evoke the reaction you expect, particularly in relationships or interactions where emotions and intentions are at play. While silence is a powerful tool for self-mastery and reflection, it doesn't always have the same impact on others, especially if the person in question has already emotionally detached or developed resilience to such strategies. Understanding why your silence doesn't affect her requires a closer look at both psychological and relational dynamics, as well as an honest assessment of your own intentions in choosing silence. First, silence may not affect her because she has already moved past the emotional connection or attachment to the relationship. When someone feels indifferent or emotionally withdrawn, your silence may simply be met with neutrality. In these cases, her emotional detachment means that your lack of communication doesn't register as significant. It neither creates tension nor prompts reflection on her part. This dynamic highlights the importance of recognizing whether the relationship holds mutual emotional investment before expecting silence to have an impact. Another reason silence may not affect her is her own emotional resilience or sense of self-assurance. If she is emotionally secure or self-reliant, she may interpret silence as a neutral state rather than a deliberate gesture meant to convey meaning or provoke a reaction. In such cases, your silence becomes a reflection of your inner process rather than a tool to influence her. This underscores the Stoic principle that silence should first and foremost serve your personal growth and emotional balance rather than be wielded as a strategy to affect others. Additionally, cultural or personal communication styles play a significant role. Some individuals interpret silence as avoidance, indifference, or even a sign of emotional immaturity. If she values open communication or confrontation over quiet reflection, your silence may fail to resonate with her or elicit the response you anticipated. This points to the importance of understanding her communication preferences and emotional framework before relying on silence as a means of interaction. Finally, silence may not have an impact if your intentions behind it are unclear or inconsistent. If silence is used sporadically or as a manipulative tactic rather than a genuine practice of self-discipline and reflection, it can lose its effectiveness. Over time, this may lead to mistrust or misinterpretation, making silence appear as avoidance rather than strength. In relationships, clarity of intention and consistent behavior are crucial for building trust and understanding, even when choosing to stay silent. In conclusion, silence doesn't always affect her because of factors like emotional detachment, personal resilience, communication styles, or unclear intentions. This doesn't mean silence is without value. It remains a powerful tool for your own growth and clarity. However, it's essential to recognize that its impact on others will depend on their emotional state, perspective, and the nature of your relationship. True mastery of silence lies in using it for self-improvement rather than as a means to control or manipulate the emotions of others. Number 3. The Stoic focus on self-control. At the heart of Stoicism lies the profound emphasis on self-control, a cornerstone of living a virtuous and fulfilling life. For the Stoics, self-control was not merely about suppressing emotions or avoiding indulgence. It was about mastering one's thoughts, reactions, and desires to align with reason and virtue. By cultivating self-control, individuals gain the ability to navigate life's challenges with grace, remain unaffected by external circumstances, and focus on what truly matters. This principle is central to Stoic philosophy and serves as a guiding light for those seeking inner peace and resilience. Self-control begins with the recognition of what is within our control and what is not. According to Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, we have power over our own thoughts, choices, and actions, but external events and the behaviors of others are beyond our control. This distinction is crucial because it allows us to direct our energy toward managing our internal state, rather than wasting it on futile attempts to control the uncontrollable. Self-control, therefore, is an exercise in prioritizing our inner world over external distractions and challenges. A key aspect of Stoic self-control is the management of emotions. The Stoics understood that emotions, while natural, can often cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions. They advocated for pausing and reflecting before reacting, allowing reason to guide their actions rather than being swept away by anger, fear, or desire. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reminded himself to remain calm and measured even in the face of adversity. By practicing emotional regulation, Stoics maintain their composure and respond to life's difficulties with wisdom and clarity. In relationships, self-control plays a vital role in fostering healthy and respectful interactions. It empowers individuals to communicate thoughtfully, avoid unnecessary arguments, and refrain from reacting impulsively to criticism or provocation. By exercising restraint, Stoics demonstrate strength and integrity, earning the respect of others while maintaining their own inner equilibrium. This approach not only strengthens personal relationships, but also reinforces one's sense of self-worth and dignity. Self-control also extends to desires and temptations. The Stoics believed that unchecked desires often lead to discontentment and suffering. By practicing temperance and focusing on what is truly essential, they achieved a sense of freedom and contentment. This discipline enables individuals to resist fleeting pleasures and pursue lasting fulfillment rooted in virtue and purpose. Ultimately, the Stoic focus on self-control is a path to personal mastery and inner peace. It allows individuals to rise above challenges, maintain their values, and live with intention. By embracing self-control, we cultivate resilience and clarity, empowering ourselves to lead lives of purpose and meaning amidst life's uncertainties. Number 4. Control your emotions. Don't react to her behavior. In the face of challenging relationships or interactions, controlling your emotions and resisting the urge to react impulsively to someone else's behavior is a powerful skill. This principle, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, emphasizes the importance of staying composed and maintaining control over your internal state, rather than being swayed by external actions. When it comes to her behavior, whether it's indifference, criticism, or withdrawal, your ability to regulate your emotions and remain unaffected is a reflection of strength and self-mastery. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the distinction between what is within your control and what is not. Her actions, feelings, or words fall outside your sphere of control. However, your reaction to those actions is entirely within your power. Reacting emotionally, whether with anger, frustration, or insecurity, only serves to give away your power and control to someone else. Instead, the Stoic approach calls for a moment of pause and reflection, allowing you to choose your response thoughtfully and with intention. This measured response not only protects your inner peace, but also signals maturity and self-respect. Reacting emotionally often stems from the desire to influence or change her behavior. However, it's crucial to recognize that no amount of emotional outbursts or reactive behavior will alter how someone else feels or acts. In fact, overly emotional reactions can backfire, reinforcing negative dynamics or creating unnecessary tension. By choosing not to react, You send a clear message of confidence and emotional independence. Silence, calmness, or a composed response often has a far greater impact than heated words or impulsive actions. Controlling your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it involves acknowledging your feelings, understanding their root causes, and processing them in a healthy way. For instance, if her behavior triggers feelings of rejection or frustration, ask yourself why it affects you. Often these emotions reveal deeper insecurities or unmet expectations. By addressing the underlying issues, you can free yourself from the emotional grip of external circumstances and reclaim your sense of control. Practicing emotional regulation also builds resilience and reinforces your ability to handle challenges with grace. Instead of reacting to her behavior, focus on your values, goals, and personal growth. Redirect your energy toward constructive actions that align with your principles. This shift in perspective empowers you to rise above the situation and maintain your dignity, regardless of how she chooses to behave. In conclusion, controlling your emotions and refraining from reacting to her behavior is a powerful exercise in self-mastery. It allows you to maintain your inner peace, project strength and confidence, and navigate relationships with wisdom and integrity. By choosing to respond rather than react, you take control of your narrative and demonstrate true emotional resilience. Number 5. The importance of setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is an essential practice for maintaining emotional well-being, fostering respect, and building healthier relationships. Boundaries define what you are willing to accept from others and what you are not, serving as a reflection of your self-respect and values. They are not about creating distance or shutting people out, but about ensuring that your emotional and mental space is protected. For Stoics, boundaries are a natural extension of self-control and self-awareness, helping to maintain balance and harmony in personal interactions. One of the key reasons boundaries are important is that they help prevent feelings of resentment and burnout. When you constantly give in to others' demands or tolerate behavior that undermines your values, you risk compromising your own well-being. Boundaries act as a safeguard, allowing you to prioritize your needs and protect your time and energy. By clearly defining what is acceptable to you, you create a sense of order and prevent others from overstepping or taking advantage of your kindness. In relationships, boundaries are crucial for fostering mutual respect. When you set clear limits, you communicate your expectations and teach others how to treat you. For example, if someone consistently disregards your feelings or invades your personal space, establishing a boundary signals that such behavior is not acceptable. While it may feel uncomfortable to enforce boundaries initially, it ultimately strengthens relationships by creating an environment of understanding and respect. People who genuinely value you will respect your limits, while those who do not may reveal their true intentions. Boundaries also play a vital role in maintaining emotional independence. They allow you to detach from unhealthy dynamics and focus on your personal growth. For instance, if someone's behavior is causing you stress or frustration, a boundary enables you to step back and reflect on the situation without getting entangled in unnecessary drama. This aligns with Stoic teachings, which emphasize focusing on what you can control, your thoughts and actions, while letting go of external factors beyond your influence. Boundaries give you the space to practice self-discipline and maintain your inner peace. Moreover, setting boundaries is a form of self-care. It demonstrates that you value yourself and are committed to preserving your physical and mental health. When you establish boundaries, you send a powerful message that your needs and well-being matter. This act of self-respect not only enhances your confidence, but also sets an example for others, encouraging them to reflect on their own boundaries and behaviors. In conclusion, setting boundaries is a vital tool for maintaining healthy relationships, preserving emotional well-being, and cultivating self-respect. They empower you to take control of your life, focus on what truly matters, and interact with others from a place of strength and clarity. By embracing the practice of setting boundaries, you create a foundation for personal growth, balance, and fulfillment. Number 6. What to do next? After silence. After choosing silence as your initial response in a challenging situation, your next steps are crucial for maintaining your emotional strength, protecting your boundaries, and fostering personal growth. Silence is a powerful tool that allows you to step back, regain composure, and evaluate your situation without impulsively reacting. However, silence should not be seen as the final step. What follows is equally, if not more, important in determining the outcome of your situation and your own sense of control. The first thing to do after silence is to reflect on the situation objectively. Take this opportunity to assess what led to the tension or challenge. Was it her behavior, unmet expectations, or a misunderstanding? Instead of allowing emotions to cloud your judgment, analyze the circumstances with a clear mind. This practice aligns with the Stoic principle of separating emotion from reason. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Use this period of reflection to understand what you can learn from the experience and how you can grow. Next, focus on redefining your boundaries and reinforcing your values. If the situation has revealed areas where your boundaries were crossed or disrespected, take the time to establish clearer limits. Silence is not about passive avoidance. It is about reclaiming control over your interactions and ensuring you are treated with respect. Whether the next step involves a conversation or further detachment, make sure you are guided by your principles, not external pressures. Another vital step after silence is to redirect your energy towards self-improvement. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong or trying to predict someone else's actions, invest in yourself. Whether it's personal development, physical health, or pursuing hobbies, channel your focus into areas that bring you growth and fulfillment. This not only builds your confidence, but also demonstrates that your happiness and peace are not dependent on external validation. If the silence was part of a relationship dynamic, decide whether communication is necessary. When you choose to speak, ensure your words are intentional, calm, and aligned with your values. Avoid emotional outbursts or accusations. Instead, clearly express your perspective while remaining respectful. If communication is not productive or the relationship is no longer healthy, you may need to consider moving on. Silence, in this context, becomes a tool for clarity and resolution, guiding you toward the best path forward. Finally, embrace patience and trust the process. Growth takes time, and not all situations will resolve quickly or in the way you expect. By staying focused on your actions, values, and self-mastery, you emerge from silence stronger and more resilient. In the end, what you do after silence is a testament to your commitment to self-control, wisdom, and living in alignment with your principles. Number 7. Creating space to reflect. Silence as a tool for growth. In a world dominated by noise, constant communication, and immediate responses, silence offers a rare and invaluable opportunity to pause and reflect. It is more than the absence of sound. It is an intentional act of creating space to listen to your inner self, evaluate your life, and foster personal growth. For the Stoics, silence was a foundational tool for cultivating wisdom and inner strength, and this timeless practice remains just as relevant today. Silence allows you to detach from external distractions and gain clarity about your thoughts, feelings, and actions. When you choose silence, you give yourself the freedom to observe your mind without the influence of others' opinions or emotions. This reflective space is essential for self-awareness, a key principle of Stoic philosophy. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul." Through silence, you can examine your motivations, uncover your true desires, and identify patterns in your behavior that may be holding you back. One of the most profound benefits of silence is its ability to foster emotional regulation. When faced with challenges or conflicts, responding impulsively often leads to regret or further complications. By choosing silence, you create a buffer between stimulus and response, giving yourself time to process emotions and respond thoughtfully. This practice not only strengthens your self-control, but also helps you approach situations with a calmer, more rational mindset. In essence, silence becomes a tool for mastering your emotions and maintaining your composure in the face of adversity. Furthermore, silence opens the door to creativity and problem-solving. When you step away from the noise and allow your mind to wander, you give space for new ideas and perspectives to emerge. This is particularly useful when you are feeling stuck or uncertain about a decision. By embracing silence, you access a deeper level of thinking that can reveal solutions you might not have considered in the midst of constant activity or distraction. Silence is also a practice of self-care and personal empowerment. It reminds you that your worth is not dependent on external validation or constant interaction with others. Instead, it shifts your focus inward, allowing you to reconnect with your values and priorities. Over time, this practice builds resilience, self-confidence, and a stronger sense of identity. In conclusion, silence is far more than a passive act. It is a deliberate choice to create space for reflection, growth, and self-mastery. By embracing silence, you cultivate clarity, emotional strength, and a deeper understanding of yourself. It is a powerful reminder that true growth often begins when you step away from the noise and look within. Number 8. The psychological aspect of silence. How it affects her silence, when used intentionally, can have a profound psychological impact on relationships, particularly when it comes to understanding the dynamics between you and her. While silence is often perceived as passive, it is in fact a powerful tool for communication, boundary setting, and evoking introspection. Its psychological effects stem from the human tendency to seek closure and clarity, and when these are absent, silence creates a space of uncertainty that prompts deeper reflection. Understanding how silence affects her is essential to wielding it effectively as a means of self-control and growth. One of the primary psychological effects of silence is its ability to disrupt patterns of behavior. When you respond to her actions with silence instead of words, you interrupt the cycle of back-and-forth communication. This unexpected break forces her to confront the absence of your reaction, leaving room for her to reflect on her own behavior. In many cases, people do not realize the weight of their words or actions until faced with the absence of a response. Silence can compel her to think more deeply about the situation, as it denies her the validation or resistance she might be seeking. Silence also shifts the power dynamic in a subtle yet impactful way. When you withhold a reaction, you communicate that you are not easily swayed or controlled by external forces. This display of emotional self-mastery is both intriguing and commanding, as it demonstrates confidence and independence. For her, this can be unsettling or even thought-provoking, as it challenges any assumptions of control or predictability in the relationship. By maintaining silence, you signal that your emotional well-being is not dependent on her actions, which can lead her to reassess her own behavior and approach. Another psychological effect of silence is the ambiguity it creates. Humans are naturally inclined to seek understanding and closure, and silence disrupts this need by leaving questions unanswered. This can spark curiosity or even self-doubt, as she may begin to wonder about your thoughts, intentions, or feelings. The absence of communication often leads people to fill in the gaps themselves, which can create an opportunity for her to examine the situation from multiple angles, including your perspective. However, it's important to note that silence should be used with purpose and balance. When used excessively or without clear intent, silence can lead to misunderstandings or feelings of rejection. The goal is not to manipulate or punish, but to create space for reflection and mutual understanding. In conclusion, silence has a profound psychological impact on her because it interrupts patterns, shifts power dynamics, and creates space for introspection. When used wisely, it fosters a sense of control, promotes self-reflection, and can even strengthen the foundation of respect and understanding in a relationship. Silence, when wielded with intention, becomes not just an absence of words, but a tool of influence and growth. Number 9. Mastering silence and building emotional resilience. Mastering silence is not just about holding your tongue. It is an intentional practice that builds emotional resilience, deepens self-control, and enhances your overall ability to navigate life's challenges. Silence, when used thoughtfully, allows you to create space for reflection, calm your emotions, and respond to difficult situations with clarity and strength. Over time, this practice can become a cornerstone of emotional resilience, helping you to stay grounded, regardless of the external chaos or emotional turbulence you might face. The first step in mastering silence is learning how to remain present in moments of stress or conflict without reacting impulsively. Often, our first instinct when faced with difficult circumstances is to speak, defend ourselves, or react emotionally. However, choosing silence in these moments gives you the opportunity to pause and regain composure before responding. This pause is crucial for emotional resilience. By giving yourself time to process your emotions, you reduce the likelihood of making decisions driven by anger, fear, or frustration, which are often counterproductive. Silence acts as a buffer between your emotions and your reactions, empowering you to respond thoughtfully and with control. Furthermore, silence helps in mastering the art of emotional detachment. By practicing silence, you learn not to take things personally or let the behavior of others disturb your inner peace. This ability to detach is essential for emotional resilience, as it prevents you from becoming entangled in toxic situations or letting external events dictate your emotional state. As a Stoic, you focus on what is within your control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, and let go of the rest. Silence enables you to create that mental distance, ensuring you are not swayed by every emotional upheaval or external influence. In addition, silence fosters self-awareness, which is a key component of emotional resilience. When you choose silence, you give yourself the opportunity to reflect on your inner thoughts and feelings. This introspection helps you gain a better understanding of your triggers, desires, and limitations, making it easier to navigate challenging situations in the future. Silence becomes a tool for personal growth, allowing you to build a stronger, more resilient sense of self. Mastering silence also enhances your capacity to set and enforce boundaries. By learning to speak less and listen more, you develop a deeper understanding of your emotional needs and limitations. Silence allows you to protect your energy, ensuring that you do not overextend yourself or allow others to cross your boundaries. This form of emotional self-protection is essential for maintaining mental health and resilience in the face of external pressure.